And action. I never want to have any handouts. I'm here because I'm good at what I do. And we're here because we are good at what we do. I've always kind of had the love for entertaining people. I used to like be in a lot of plays at church when I was like younger. So I used to be like in plays and stuff like that. And I was always kind of had the kind of like the love for sports too, because I wanted to be in the NBA. I wanted to play, you know. Wow, but that never happened. So I said, well, I still want to be involved in sports in some way, in some capacity. So, but the really starting into the entertainment business for me was kind of just getting more into like TV, film, and movies, doing some work there. And I got to work with some pretty big names.
Tell me a little bit about that first boss.
Oh, well, I mean, for me, like the first opportunity I got, I was interning at a media company that had a division here in Canada and in the United States as well. So, I mean, the experience was great because, you know, I got to, you know, go to the Super Bowl. I got to interview Floyd Mayweather.
Wow.
And, you know, got to meet some really interesting people. And it was a great opportunity I got. And, you know, things were going pretty well until things started happening in my personal life. You know, I had a really close death, you know, a death in my family. It was really close to me. My cousin in the UK was murdered, you know, literally on his birthday.
Wow.
I think the last time I had seen him, I was in Paris, and we had, I think the year prior, I seen him, and it was good to see him and his brothers and everybody out there, you know. So when I got the news here that he was murdered on his birthday, it hit me different. You know, it was really devastating, and I needed that time to kind of, you know, take a step back, because I never really had anybody close to me in my family, you know, that was ever killed. You know, yeah, it's tough. So it was a chain of events that had happened, and I'd kind of taken some time away from the sports media stuff. And my boss at the time that I was working with, you know, I forgive him, you know, but didn't get a condolence, didn't get a, hey, are you okay? You know, didn't even, not even a check-in, nothing. I then took that same passion that I had, because I was just on a roll at that time, and I just started my own sports media company, and that was True Sports. I wanted to still remain true to myself and true to the game. That's why our slogan is true to the game.
Yes, Chris Bosh. How you doing, brother? Here, welcome back to Toronto. How do you feel about, you know, Vince Carter, you know?
Took that passion and heart that I had when I was really hurt, put that momentum and everything into something for myself, and started True Sports. You know, it motivates me when things get really hard, you know, because, you know, we're 2 years in now, you know, in our business, and I've had so many ups and downs, but all those things kind of made me stronger. It didn't deter me in a way that I felt like giving up, because I'd already been through so much already. It just motivated me to just keep pushing and keep going. And that year was rough for me when I had started True Sports. It was tough. Those things kind of just, when you're growing and you're pushing, you don't forget those people, because you kind of do it for them, and you do it for your family and the people that love and believe in you.
Coming up,
you know, companies from here in Canada to United States, most predominantly have been white. I knew that there wasn't going to be a lot of people that looked like me at the top.
It's sometimes perceived that the media industry is very white.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Let's be real. I mean, every single executive, anybody I've ever, reached out or emailed for even credentials to get media access to anything, or executives from different, companies from here in Canada to United States, most predominantly have been white. So I knew already I was going into that territory where, I was going to be one of the only Black-owned sports media companies, in Canada, and then just kind of growing into North America, because now we operate in the US. I knew that there wasn't going to be a lot of people that look like me at the top.
Wow.
But it's one of those things where you just keep pushing. There's a lot of analysts, which is great. There's a lot of diverse analysts that are now on panels. There's more women. There's more opportunities in that sense, and I reflect the same way in my company. We have a very diverse company, and we have a lot of that too, because I want those opportunities for everybody. But when you get to the top, it's all white. Well, I feel like my entire life I've kind of been in a corporate bubble a lot. I've always been in that corporate jobs. I've worked with a lot of, white, Asian, mixed people throughout my career. So I feel like I've always gotten along with everybody. I've always tried not to look at race and look at people.
Do you feel that they treated you the same way as well?
I don't know their hearts, but I know mine. I know my heart's pure, and the intentions are real. But a lot of the time they've treated me fairly. They have. I'm not gonna say that I've sometimes not been treated fairly, but there could have been times where maybe I didn't get a credential that I thought we should have gotten, and I could have probably had my mind go in that dark place and think that is it because of this, or sometimes you reach out to have some interviews done with a particular athlete or somebody, and then it gets shut down once they do some deeper searching. Well, Black owner, just kind of the one thing I will say, Maxine, is I never want to have any handouts. I never want anybody doing anything for me out of pity or because I'm Black. Let's help them out. I don't want any token help. I want to earn it.
Good.
I'm here because I'm good at what I do, and we're here because we are good at what we do. So I never want to have anything given to us, or just because I'm Black, my business partner, he's Black, some of my board of directors, it's multicultural. I don't want any of that. I want the respect to be there because we are really good at our craft, and just give us our respect. That's all.
Here from TruesportsTV, live here at the D-Row Gala with the man of the hour, Mr. Dwayne De Rosario. Dwayne, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm feeling very blessed right now.
What would you say is some of the biggest hurdles you've had to overcome to get to where you are today?
Some businesses, a lot of companies, when it comes to just raising capital, can be—
That's a big one.
It's a big
It's
one.
an important one.
Very important. It's make or break your business right away. Depending on what business you're in, you need capital to essentially scale and for it to grow. And if you're trying to apply for whether it's credit, loans, or business investors or whatnot, you either got to have good credit or you got to have a really good business plan. You got to have something really foolproof that people believe in and will put money in. The business and the product and everything that we do has been so kind of sold itself that we've been able to raise a lot of capital. We've started to get a lot of interest, a lot of investors, a lot of business opportunities have come because people believe in True Sports. They believe in what it is we're doing. But some of the obstacles, we've had challenges. We've had our accounts, just with social media, with Instagram, copyrights, licenses that I've had to pay fines, crazy stuff.
Wow.
And that could be very, hindering to any business because you're just kind of starting out. Some of these things I didn't even know. There's licenses you need to purchase. There's all these different things you need to get that I didn't even really know about. We've always grown organically, and we've never really put any big money into our marketing budgets. We just kind of let the people decide. If people love it, they love it.
Wait, hold on a second. Did you just say that Russell Westbrook's a better dunker than...
No, LeBron's a better dunker than Russ.
You're saying Russell Westbrook's a better
Westbrook
dunker.
is better.
No. I agree with him.
Yeah.
Why? What? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me, guys?
But I
Anyway.
guarantee you right now,
People be
Russ's
thinking.
vertical is higher than LeBron James.
No, but hold on. But
That's more for like guys who are like 8th to 15th on the bench.
that's why I'm saying pick guys who've already been there before because they know what it's about.
You said Vince Carter.
I
I don't want to see Vince Carter. He's 42 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Man, is this really worth it? Because sometimes, when you have people quit on you or people give up on you, that sometimes could be a personal, it hurts, This is not gonna work, you should try that. But I take that stuff personal. I take it personal all the time, and I really just prove them wrong. I said, I'm doing it this way, this is how we're doing it, and we're gonna figure it out. We're further along than a lot of businesses, we're at that point where we're almost raised the most close to $500,000 capital loan.
That's great.
But for sure, I've had people discourage me, for sure. I have shareholders now. I got a board of directors, I've got people that are invested in the company and the business that are depending on my vision and the people I put in and chose for us to execute and for us to be good and successful. So there's a lot of pressure. Once I sign, that's it. I'm committed to that. This is my life. I've had a few different things that I worked on that didn't necessarily succeed. So I've failed a lot of times. I've failed. People have seen me publicly fail. People that do know me know I don't quit. I don't give up. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep going, right?
Where did you get that tenacity? And that's one thing that I've examined is difference in different classes, right? It doesn't have to be white versus black, but it could be low income households to high income households, how you're raised, the confidence level to be outspoken or to, be quiet and listen to authority. How did you get this tenacity and boldness to go out on your own?
I'll be honest, I really owe it to my mom. My mom came to this country with nothing. She, just like my dad, came here from Africa. Came here from Africa, from the Congo, but not much, And my mom, her English isn't even that great, but she worked so hard. She started cleaning hotels, she was cleaning offices, and I remember just being, a kid, just me and my siblings, having to help her. We had to get in the car, changing garbages. We all had our jobs. We went from office to office. I remember that work ethic that my mom had. It was unbelievable. And then we still had to go to school next morning. So I would finish homework, go clean these offices, go to bed, wake up and go to school. That was what we had to do. That was like a part of it, was helping my mom. I saw how hard she worked, and I saw how difficult it was for her trying to navigate getting these contracts. And now she has a really good cleaning business that she's doing really well. That's cleaning. I'm in sports, but it's still the same.
And later on, tell me about your grandmother.
I only got to meet her once my entire life, and it was the most special kind of a meeting of anybody I could have possibly ever imagine, you know, because I've never been to Africa before. Colourful Lives, what's going on, man? This is Raymond over at True Sports. I am the president, CEO, and founder of TruesportsTV, and right here are my essentials. The first thing for me, honestly, it's God. You know, God first all the time. So I make sure I brought the Bible really to essentially just show the faith, you know, keeping the faith. You know, I put God first in everything I do. I've always been growing up, you know, with that faith, going to church. You know, I've always prayed for everything that I wanted in life, and I thank God for everything that I have. So through obstacles, through success, highs and lows, I thank God because he gave it all to me. He was a G, you know, people don't realize how much of a G Jesus really was, you know. I think the Bible kind of, you know, gives us so much hints. There's a lot of clues in there, and there's a lot of direction on how to live your life. It's still relevant today, so I'm thankful for that. This Bible actually was given to me by my Sunday school teacher, you know, Sister Pat. I wouldn't say, you know what? I wouldn't say I was a badass. I was like a ladies' man, I think. Well, I wish I could sing, but nah, like all the time. See, that sounded good to me, but some other people might say I can't sing, so I don't know. Yeah, I got that one with the one hand. Man, these books right here, honestly, there's so much that I learned from all of them. This one right here is really cool. John Maxwell, this is my guy. He follows me on Twitter too, so that's why I buy his books. This is one of my favorite ones. And Winning with People, he's got a really good book about that. You know, just learning how to deal with people and how to work with people and being a good leader. There's so many great, you know, some really good gems in this book here. The Magic of Thinking Big, also a very, very good book. This one here is a really good one. The Power of Now, very powerful book. You know, for those who are procrastinators like I was and still am sometimes, this is a good book, you know. I think before you can become a leader, you know, you definitely want to start to get into one of these two. I'm saying a couple more things before you get to the leader stuff. But I would say The Power of Now is a good book because this right here is kind of like more of like kind of more of a spiritual kind of thing where it kind of helps you more to kind of find your purpose and what. Oh, see right here, that was a good catch, by the way. That was a good catch. This is essential to me because I travel. I need to travel. You know, my work takes me around the world. So this means a lot. It's not just about going in different countries for me, but it's also meeting different people. Being able to be in different countries, different places. We're in the United States, we're in Canada, we're in Europe, we're everywhere. I can't go without my passport. I was born in Switzerland, in Zurich, Switzerland, so I don't got that over here, but I got my Canadian passport because we're in Canada right now, so might as well make sure that I have this with me every time I'm traveling.
Favorite country to travel to?
That's a good one. I loved going to Africa. I went there for the first time in 2019 in November. It was insane. But there are a lot of beautiful places in Africa that, you know, we don't really get to actually see that, and they don't show you that on TV. I love Vegas though. Hey, it stays in Vegas, you know what I'm saying? But Vegas is amazing. I love Vegas. Vegas is one of my favorite places to be. I love the ambiance. I love how it's always up like 24/7. The people don't sleep. You got two legs, get a passport. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what? Anybody that knows me very well knows that I can't live without my phone. I think it was probably the main reason why my last girlfriend broke up with me, because I was always on my phone, if I'm being honest. But you know, my phone is my business, you know. It's everything that I do to kind of operate with work. Our business is online, we're digital, so I spend a lot of time on my phone. So sometimes my mom and my close ones, my loved ones, my family be like, oh, get off your phone, you know, kind of thing. It's my work is always on there. We run a lot of social platforms, so my phone is just, you know, is my best friend, you know. I check it when I wake up and before I go to bed. You know, I rock my hat. You know, sometimes if I'm feeling cool, I rock it like this. You know what I'm saying? The main reason why the hat's even on is because of the TS, you know? It's the company, it's the brand, it's everything that I believe in. And the sacrifices that I had to make, you know, just for this company to be what it is today, to even be on here, to be on Colourful Lives, you know? Like, this is incredible. Colourful Lives, it was great. Thank you for having me. These are my essentials, but you know what? Catch me on the next one, hopefully. Much love. Thank you for having me. My role models and leaders have always kind of been, you know, my family members. You know, like my dad has always been like, some people don't have, like a lot of black men don't have that father figure in their life like that. You know, my dad was always present in my life. He was never absent like that. You know, he was always in my life. So like, great role models for me. They were great. You know, I want to be like them, if not better. I want to be better, of course.
Tell me about your grandmother. Was she involved in your life and your upbringing?
I only got to meet her once my entire life, and it was probably the most special kind of a meeting of anybody I could have possibly ever imagined, you know, because I've never been to Africa before in November of 2019. And I met her for the first time. She was so happy to see me. She was like overly happy, you know? It was like Simba coming back home or something. It was crazy, you know, going back to Africa and seeing all my cousins and my family out there. And, you know, just, you know, she passed away last year. So it was hard, you know, it was hard on my dad. It was really hard on him. I was just happy I got to see her. You know, I got to see her. And I started to realize how fragile life is. And, you know, we are on earth essentially to build connections with people. People are always gonna remember how you made them feel.
What would you say is some of the best business advice you've ever been given or lessons you've learned?
The best business advice I've always gotten is, you know, definitely don't spend it if you don't have it, but you gotta take risk. Because if you don't take risk, you're never really ultimately going to reach the full potential of what it is that you wanna do in your business. Businesses that succeed have taken risk. No business has succeeded playing it safe. So I always keep that in mind, but also try to make calculated risk. Those are important. So I've received some good business advice on that end, to just still be the dreamer that I am, the visionary that I am, but to be calculated at the same time.
Tell me about your business partner. How did you and him connect?
Keon Hall.
I'm not looking forward to that. I look forward to the NBA playoffs. I look forward to these things. I look forward to rivalries.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
What's too much going on?
He's off the injured reserve. I see him on set now, and you know, we started just talking, catching up. We started talking about basketball. So I had not started True Sports at all yet. This guy's talking about all kinds of stats, like he's talking about statistics, about stuff that I was like, who even knows that stuff? He was a statistic type of guy. And then I told him, like, man, let's connect. You know, I got this opportunity for you. You know, like, why don't you come work with me? And he's always been by my side. You know, and he's always stuck with me. And we started True Sports, and then I just started reaching out, networking, trying to get more people, trying to reach out to more people. And as we started to grow on social media really a lot, we started getting really popular. And then people just started joining just by the energy.
Tell me about Michael Weckerly.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with him?
Mike. Mike's funny. Mike's a funny guy. He's a really funny guy, and he's a very smart man. It was one of those opportunities where now we're business partners, you know, and we're able to actually film a lot of our film content with True Sports at the Elmo Combo. a win-win situation, and he was just like, you know, he loved what it is we did there. You know, he loved what it is we were doing as a business and how we were growing. And this is what I was saying, you know, when people started to see the vision and the product, they believe in it and they invest. It's really expanded into something so big and so special that I couldn't be more proud of my team. You know, it's just a group of such passionate people, very passionate about sports, very passionate about business, and very passionate about different things. And when you come together, we're just unstoppable. Black Lives Matters was obviously a very powerful movement, you know, because there was so many injustices. There was just so much. It's been years and years and decades and centuries of our people just, you know, wanting to just have a equal playing field. We're just asking for it to be fair. Saw that big push for, you know, the Black Lives Matter, and starting to see more of a push for Black businesses, and there's more of a push, like, you know, it was a good thing. I was happy to see that, okay, there's starting to become some change, you know, and some of these people like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all these people in the US and America that lost their lives wasn't really in vain so much, because there was some massive impact to follow it. Does it mean it's gonna stop? No. What's going to start to happen is that the generations to come will now be more educated. They'll understand, and that hate that kind of transcended generation to generation will start to die, and love will replace that.